Is, I think, throughout his career, the most underrated guy in the MLB.
He's so good.
He's so good.
So good.
He's not flashy. He's not going to give you crazy stuff.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 450 Dead Center channel. Chris here with Daniel.
Hi, guys.
Hey, and we are predicting the Blue Jays batting lineup for 2023 because it'll actually be different this year. We have lefties in the batting lineup, and no Gurriel, no Teoscar, no Tapia. It's going to be fun.
And this is our third one we've done, Chris, right? Because we did 2021, 2022.
We did.
And now 2023.
Yeah, we're going to keep doing this probably before the season starts. Once we know all the players that are going to be on the team, we'll redo it again. And then we'll also try to predict the full 26-man roster because why not? We'll do that before spring training because then once it's after spring training, then it's like, well, we already know who's going to be on the team.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But with that being said, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for the support recently. And let's get right into it, Chris, because why not?
Yeah, let's start off with the leadoff hitter, and I think we can both agree this guy's probably going to be playing right field for the Jays almost all year. No brainer here. Let's just start off with George Springer.
I mean, yeah, I will die on the hill that he is the best leadoff hitter in the MLB.
It's fair. I mean, Trey Turner exists, but
yeah. Who'd you say?
Trey Turner. I know he's a two-stick, but he'd be such a good leadoff hitter though.
Yeah, but the thing is, George Springer, I'm pretty sure, and I'm like 99% sure this is a true fact. Pretty sure he has the most first pitch of the game home runs. No,
I think of active players, yes.
Of active players, and I'm pretty sure he has the most first pitch home runs.
Wouldn't be surprised.
To lead off the game.
I mean, Acuna's a pretty good leadoff hitter as well. Yeah, but George Springer, I think it's a no-brainer on the Jays. I mean, who else? I don't know. All right,
George. That's it. It's just George.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason they're moving him to right field this year is to get him more games.
Exactly.
Right.
It's less taxing position.
Exactly. And the more George is in the lineup, the better this lineup is.
100%.
It's that simple.
No, facts. Like you saw the record. I mean, actually, you even saw with Danny Jansen last year. Like the win-to-loss ratio when like Springer and Jansen were in the lineup was just we were like under 500 without them.
Exactly. And his defense is actually going to be better in right field, like statistically wise.
It will be, and then having guys like Kevin Kiermaier in center taking up all that ground will just make Springer better. But let's move on to number 2 in the batting lineup. I think this is maybe where we'll go different ways here. I have Vlad.
Interesting. I can see it. I kind of want to put Bo at 2.
That's what I was thinking you were going to put. I have no objections to that. I just think, Vladdy will get more at-bats being the two-stick, and we saw him do pretty good there last year as well.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Vladdy at 2. Thing is, Vladdy, for me, I'm under the impression when I build a lineup, my best hitter is my 3-stick.
No, it's completely, like,
right?
I get where you're coming from as well. Like, I would put Vladdy in 3, really. I mean, it doesn't matter. But, I mean, to me, I'm like, if Bo hits like he did in September last year, I think he's a perfect 3-stick as well, though.
And the one thing I like about Bo in 2, and this is why Bo is my 2-stick, I like Bo's aggressiveness. I like Bo's daddy hack ability, let's call it.
It's true. I like it, too. I mean, sometimes if Springer, doesn't get on and then Bo swings for the fence every time, it sucks. But, if Springer's on base and then Bo is, 2-strike account just slapping singles the other way, it's great.
Exactly. And especially George's ability to not only get on base really quick with attacking the pitcher, right?
Yep.
But if he doesn't attack the pitcher, he draws a good amount of pitches and he gets on base, right?
He does. I think Bo on average saw some of him and Matt Chapman actually saw some of the most pitches per plate appearance because how many times has Bo gone to 2 strikes and then fouled off 10 pitches in a row? Because of his 2-strike approach.
And if I'm building this line, if I'm John Schneider, I'm putting Bo 2, Springer 1, and I'm ambushing that pitcher.
I like it.
This pitcher is going to throw me a good pitch to hit.
Exactly. I really don't think you can go wrong with either Bo 2, Vlad 3, Bo 3. Bo's my 3 pick. I assume Vladdy's your 3 pick.
Yeah, Vladdy's my 3 pick. I mean, that guy he's the real deal. Let's be real. That guy is the real deal.
He's so good. Give him an extension already. Come on. Come on, extend him.
Do they need that? By the way, we need to record they should extend Vlad.
Oh,
and
I
Bo
agree.
already, but that's down the road. But yes, they need to extend this guy. This guy is the real deal, especially for his hatred towards the Yankees. Like, you
Oh,
gotta love it.
He said he wouldn't even sign with the Yankees even when he's dead. Like, that's how good it's gonna be. He'll never sign
That's
with them.
almost just as iconic as the quote by Ken Griffey Jr. Where he was like, "I wouldn't even if the Yankees were the last team to offer me, I would retire."
That's so awesome. So
Like,
awesome. Yeah, so I mean, can't go wrong with both of our picks here. I mean,
yeah.
Vlad too.
Let's just move on to 4 here, Chris.
Four. This is sort of where it might get a little different, I have to say. 4. Who would your 4 pick be?
Okay. I have one of my bold predictions for the season, and I will say this throughout the entire thing, is I think by the end of the season, Dalton Varsho is going to be the 4-hitter.
Okay.
But as of right now, if I'm assuming the first month,
Yep.
Kirk would be my 4-hitter.
I see. Honestly,
And he would also DH.
No, for sure. Honestly, I liked your bold prediction of Varsho. I thought it was so bold. I don't even think it's that bold, actually. But I was going to stick Varsho to start off as the 4 stick because he's a lefty. Mix up the righties.
Fair. Honestly, Varsho was giving my 5.
Okay, that's fair.
So, but you know what? Let's go with it. Varsho 4. I'll back with you with you on that because I'll just move some stuff around. But yeah, Varsho 4. I think this guy's gonna be the real deal. I really do.
He's gonna be so good. Guy hit like 30 home runs in Arizona last year, and that diamond's huge. They play in San Francisco.
Don't
a
even
lot.
forget
That diamond's huge.
Arizona, and then he's also played in what's it called there, the Giants Stadium.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. He's at Oracle Park now. He plays
Oracle
there.
Park, which is pretty big.
Massive stadium.
Dodger Stadium's
all
not
right.
big, but not small, right?
Like the only like dinger park he plays in is, I mean, Colorado obviously, but Pecto sort of a little bit, or Pecto.
Yeah, that just those two, and then also you got to think if he's in the NOS, he's also going to play the ALS teams too, right?
He does.
So Oakland's is massive,
Big stadium.
right? Seattle's is pretty average. Angels is pretty average. Astros is pretty average.
As a lefty, yeah. Astros
Rangers is
pretty
huge
average.
too.
Yeah, Rangers got a big park. So like this guy, he's got power, and also don't forget that he was probably like him and Ketel Marte were the 2 good hitters on that team last year. Also with the emergence of Christian and Walker, he was pretty solid, but he probably didn't get pitched to as much as he will now if he's on this Jays team. So
I agree, and especially now, in an ideal scenario, right? Springer gets on, O gets on, Vladdy gets on. This guy's going to see a pitch.
You got a lefty up to bat, like it changes the lineup. He's going to be playing in the Rogers Center. A lefty in Yankee Stadium is going to be beautiful because we don't have many of those. We have a Kevin Biggio. Obviously, he hits dingers, but he's no Dalton Varsho. So
yeah, I think Varsho's gonna have a big year.
Oh, yeah.
And I think part of it is getting moved to Toronto and playing in some more lefty friendly parks.
Yep.
As well as being surrounded by some nice guys. Because my 5 guy, who's gonna be right after him, I'm putting Kirk, Chris.
Oh,
I don't know if you're gonna.
Me too, Daniel. I love it.
Kirk's my DH, and this kid,
so good.
all this kid does is mash.
He's so good. And then you get like a power bat of Varsho in the 4 spot. You get contact on base, some bit of power bat of Kirk in the 5 spot. Then we'll go back to 6
Don't forget about
after.
that speed coming from the 5 spot.
Absolutely. Fastest player on the team. He's so good. I mean, I think Varsho's pretty quick as well. And then you got Kirk after him rounding the bases like a cheetah. It's going to be so awesome to watch.
Why did I just picture like a Lion King scene of them running?
Savannah with Kirk.
Savannah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, Kirk is. I think he'll be the DH for most of the year.
Yeah, I mean, and then if it's a night game or day game, night game, it'll be like Kirk catching. But then like if Kirk needs a rest, Varsho can catch. So
as well as I think like Kirk will mainly DH versus lefties. Because, and I'll just double check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure his numbers historically are very, very good against lefties. Not to say that his righty, not to say his righty numbers are bad, but I'm just saying I think he hits really good against lefties.
Yeah,
and I think if it was a righty on the mound, it'd probably be Brandon Belton as the DH there.
It would make sense, but then you have to like who you put in Varsho, Kirk, Belt, who really knows. But let's move on to the 6th spot here. I think this is a staple, just perfect 6-hitter for this Jays lineup. I have Matt Chapman.
I agree. That's my guy, Matt Chapman playing third base. I mean,
look, this lineup's crazy. You got Springer power, Bo power, and contact. Springer contact as well. Vladdy's got both. Then you got power of Varsho and on base. Then you got contact of Kirk. Then you got power back with Matt Chapman. Like, who do you pitch to?
The thing is, this lineup we talk about now, this lineup being so because we said in 2021 too, and we said in 2022 as well that the lineup's deep.
Well, it
It's
is.
just a matter of can they perform now,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Because if he can do it, I mean, he's going to like this lineup's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with Chapman in six, Chapman's gonna have a nice little year, I think too. I think he's gonna put up some home runs. I've seen some stuff about people thinking he's gonna be a 30 home run guy.
He could
So
easily be, and he started off very slow last year, but then don't forget he did just change teams,
yeah,
and he went from Oakland to Toronto, which people would expect the numbers to go up, but sometimes it takes like a year to acclimatize to that, and it's sort of what he did last year at the end of the year, like July to like September. He was putting up some pretty solid numbers, and obviously the defense was fantastic. So Matt Chapman, he's looking good, man.
let's not forget that what I think Chapman brings the most to this team is that defense.
He does no that the most important thing he brings is
Like
the
if
defense.
this guy hits 250, sure,
I don't
he
care.
can hit 250, but he's gonna give me platinum level defense. That guy is gonna be somewhere in my lineup. I don't
Yeah,
care. The only guy
100%.
that would take him out would be like a Jose Ramirez or like a Manny Machado. You know what I mean? Like a
Maybe
guy that hits
Arenado.
300. Yeah,
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, one, it was criminal that he wasn't even like didn't even win the Gold Glove last year because he deserved it more than any other third baseman in the American League. I don't even care what these non-Jays fans say. He deserved it. You see
I
how many
agree.
plays he made last year? Like they were dirty. It's just playing Toronto. People
I
didn't
know
really see it.
his number, like his statistical number that they use, whatever it is.
What
Is it
DRS or
DRS or whatever the heck it is. It was less, but I mean, just the eye test is like
Mm-hmm.
something to behold. This guy's getting to balls that I don't think anyone else would get to.
No,
So,
definitely not. But let's move on to number 7 in this batting lineup.
quick note because I did pull up Kirk's stats. He did hit 290 versus lefties last year. Just saying.
So good. So,
we'll-
he's a
we'll
righty.
go up.
The guy's a righty. It's great. Or yeah,
Exactly.
So let's move on.
Number
to
7
number
here,
7.
Chris.
Yes. Who do you have?
I got who I think is going to be the starting second baseman for the Jays, and I got
Okay.
Whit Merrifield.
I like it. I like it. I went
Especially-
different. I went different.
Okay, go
here, though.
ahead. Sorry, you go ahead, and then we'll talk.
I'm putting Danny Jansen.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I like a catcher in the 7th spot. Reminds me of Jason Varitek.
That's so random.
I just like Jason Varitek. I don't know.
Fair
He's
enough.
good
Guy was
7th
a stud.
He was a stud.
I have Witt here, and you know how we were talking about earlier about who could be another leadoff hitter for this team?
Yep.
This is my guy right here. This guy is, I think, throughout his career, the most underrated guy in the MLB.
He's
Uh,
so good.
He's
I mean,
so good.
so good.
He's not flashy. He's not going to
Nope.
give you crazy stuff,
Nope.
but he's going to hit almost 300. He's going to put up like 20 home runs, and he's going to steal you some bases.
And I think this year he's probably going to steal more bases than he has recently with the pickoff rule I think they have. Now he's going to be stealing more bags. So look out for Witt on the base paths. Look out for the whole team, especially Kirk on the base paths.
Oh, yeah.
So, mm-hmm.
And I mean, we just saw a little bit of what Witt could do towards the end of the year, right?
Exactly.
And having
So
that
good.
in the 7th spot, I think is a fantastic little piece for him.
Yeah, and he could play in the lineup almost every single day because he's so versatile. He plays second, he plays the outfield. Like, if somebody's hurt or somebody has like a day off or something, Witt be like, "I'll go," and then we'll put like Espinal at second or Biggio
Like
at second.
I think the 7th spot for the year for the Jays is going to be whoever's playing second base.
That's fair.
Now,
Like 7 or 8.
Unless everyone gets really, really hot. Like, I get it. If Witt starts hitting like 400, okay, bump him up like 2 or whatever. But like, assuming everyone's playing really, really good, I think the 7th spot's going to be your second baseman. It's going to be either Witt, it's going to be either Santi, or it's going to be Cavan.
I like it. I like it. But I do actually, like I said, I have Danny Jansen there. I just think the little bit more of a power threat in the 7th spot is just slightly overweighs the not the offense, but like the
Speedy
speed
contact.
Yeah, like the more speedy contact guy, because we could. I like the speedy contact guys, but I like to see him lower in the batting lineup rather than 7th. That's why I have Jansen there. He can kind of do it all. Like we saw it last year, he could be a contact guy. He is a power guy now, and he plays great defense. So I have nothing. I would love to see Jansen hitting 7th or even higher if he performs better.
I agree. I mean, I have nothing against Jansen. Jansen is a fantastic catcher.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is criminally underrated.
Oh, so
at
much.
least defensively. I don't think he gets the respect he does defensively.
So good.
That
He
guy
can
is-
handle a pitching staff too.
Yeah, that guy can handle it. It is statistically proven that when Jansen's behind the plate, the Jays are much better.
You should see the record the Jays had last year.
like-
We were sub 500 without Danny Jansen in the batting lineup.
So the biggest thing for Jansen is health.
Mm-hmm.
And That's like for most of the Jays, health is a big thing.
Agreed.
If
That's
Jansen can stay
every team.
healthy and he can continue what he's been doing the last 2 years,
Yep.
it's going to be a scary 7 guy. I have
So
Jansen at
scary.
8, so
That's
that's my
fair.
8th guy.
Yeah, my eighth is
Um,
the Whit Merrifield or Espinal or
Fair
Biggio, so we just flip
fair
them.
enough. Yeah, I mean, like we said, we kind of could flip flop it there, here or there. But yeah, if Jansen can stay healthy, this guy is going to have a really, really good year.
Oh,
And I don't know
100%.
what it is, Chris, but every time I go to a Jays game, Danny hits a home run.
He
So
does. We went the time we went 2 times a couple years ago.
I
Danny
went to
Jansen.
3 Jays games last year, and he hit a homer in every single game.
Did I go with you twice last year? Or did I go with you once?
You went with me once. I went once with my parents. I went once with my girlfriend. And
Okay.
every single game, he hit a
Danny
home
Jansen.
run. So
I
Danny
remember
Dingers.
remember the year
Shout out to
before.
my
we-
girlfriend for that nickname.
Yeah, remember we were going to a game a couple years ago. It was like Ryu was like throwing a no hitter,
Yeah.
and then he gets lit up. But Danny Jansen, it has a 2 home run game, and we were there. It was awesome.
Danny Jansen. It's
Hits dingers whenever
like I
we're
said,
there.
criminally underrated.
Oh, yeah.
He can handle a pitching staff, which I think is really, really, really important, especially with the GOAT Pete Walker as the pitching coach. I think they
Oh,
work very well
100%.
together.
Yeah, and speaking of that, let's move on to the last guy in the batting lineup. I think it's pretty obvious who it's going to be. Speedy contact guy. Could be another leadoff hitter for me. I got Kevin Kiermaier.
I agree. I'm with Kiermaier. He's not my ideal center fielder,
Nope.
but I mean, he is going to save me runs. So
Actually, no. He is my ideal center fielder, just not offensively.
that's fair.
He's no Mike Trout.
I saw this comment someone put on one of our previous videos, and they were talking about how it was in our prospect video, and we were talking about how Barger is
Oh, he looks so
like
good.
could come up and all of this.
I want him.
And he made a really good point. He was saying that because Barger's not known for the best defense, right?
Yeah.
And he made a good point saying that the Jays organization has proven that they will sacrifice a little bit of offense for some proven defense. So that whole saying of, there's that saying that like defense wins national championships kind of thing.
Yep.
I think the Jays are really, really pushing that this year. And Kiermaier is definitely the type of guy that if you want to save some runs, he can definitely do it. Now,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, he's obviously coming off some injuries, coming off a very down year, so we'll see what kind of Kevin Kiermaier we can get.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, he's at least going to save us 4, 5, 6 more runs than George did last year in center.
Oh, 100%. And then another reason why I have the 8 as another fast, sneaky Thule player, and then Kiermaier a 9, is that if both of those two guys get on, like Whit Merrifield and Kiermaier, they're going to steal so many bags and be such a menace on the base paths with the top of the order, like right after them.
I would not be surprised if the Jays do some double steals this year.
Oh, I can't imagine a Kiermaier or a Biggio Kiermaier double steal.
As well, I don't
Ooh.
know if they're going to do it, but Kevin Kiermaier would be the perfect person to bunt.
Oh, I was just thinking that too.
Let's
Drop a
say,
nice lay one down.
we do your lineup here with Whit
Yeah.
is at 8 and he hits a double, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
He would be the perfect person to bunt him over to the third and let George drive him in.
The funny thing is, he'll probably be safe at first too. He's so fast.
That's what I mean. Like Kiermaier we haven't had this on the Jays at all. The last guy I remember who could bunt was like Ben Revere, but he never did it
Ben
because he was
Revere.
such a good hitter.
Well, because Gibby was like, I don't bunt.
Yeah,
So,
like what
yeah.
Ryan Goins? No,
Ryan Goins? No, he never bunted. Maybe like Socrates Burrito back in like 2019, but
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like we said, Kiermaier's definitely gonna be a very interesting piece. I hope he does well. I'm rooting for the guy. So
me too.
that happens quickly. I'm just gonna run over my bench. I'll just list 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah,
on my
just
bench
name
really
them.
quick
Name them.
first.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So obviously, I think we already talked about it. I have Biggio and Santi on the bench. I think that's a pretty good staple.
Yeah, exactly. Santi for the defense. If you need a lefty, you throw Cavan in there. It's pretty obvious.
Exactly, as well as they give you a little versatility with like infield, outfield kind of stuff.
Oh, for sure. Middle
and
outfield,
then
you
as
got
well as
Espinal.
I got Brandon Belt on there.
Yep, me too. Got Brandon
And
Belt.
then I got a sneaky pick here for someone who can make the lineup. I got Otto Lopez maybe making the lineup.
You know what? That was also my pick. I have Otto Lopez, but there also could be maybe like another like prospect outfielder that gets called up because I know Otto Lopez is a middle infielder. But if some guy impresses in spring training, would not be surprised if he gets called up.
Actually, on the MLB.com roster, as of now we're recording, they have him listed as an outfielder.
Who, Lopez?
Yeah, they have Lopez and Witt both listed as outfielders.
Really? I thought Otto Lopez was a like shortstop, third base, second base type of guy.
Yeah, I thought it was middle field too. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying some stuff out over spring training.
You never know.
But yeah, I mean, we as we're talking about Snow, they could always also just sign like a Tapia, and Tapia would be my fourth guy,
No, exactly, for sure. Or like a Bradley Zimmer, which I
or
would
like a
not want.
Bradley Zimmer, or any outfielder really. Bradley Zimmer,
Hmm.
Tapia. I know Jurison Profar people talked about, but I think he's too good probably to come here.
Probably too big. Yeah, who knows?
Right?
But
What's the guy's name? Robbie Grossman's another one who I think could definitely come here.
yeah, like Andrew McCutcheon or something.
Yeah, something like definitely some veteran outfielder would be my fourth. I think that's the only guy missing off this roster. I don't know if you
Yeah.
got anything else for your bench, but
No, that's about it. We don't really need a power guy. Just need somebody that could like fill in the gap when needed.
exactly. So with that being said, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video,
Hmm.
and we'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.